Smoke back to you with another one. In this one, I want to get into some of the players that you won't see back in a Chiefs uniform next year. Basically, some of the guys that you won't see them resign. And first one I want to get into is Carson Wentz, a guy that played terrible in the preseason. Um, had a horrible game against the Broncos, lost 38 to nothing in the last regular season game. Played in that game with backups. Could not move the football. It almost looked like the exact result in the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs will move on from Carson Wentz, who really hasn't looked the same since that injury in Philadelphia. The second one I want to talk about is Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs had to sign a running back after the Pacheco injury, and Kareem Hunt came in and he did a nice job. He's a guy who's gonna come in when you got the lead late in the game and get about 4 to 6 yards a carry and chip clock. But really, when you start the game off with him, he's about 2 to 3 yards a carry, and the Chiefs really need more from the running back position, and Kareem Hunt's best days are past him. It was good to see him come back in a Chiefs uniform, but it just really didn't work out. It worked out for a few games, but for the majority of the season, Kareem Hunt really, he would have one good game and then have 3 games where you really wouldn't see him. So, the Chiefs, yeah, definitely need more consistency out of that running back position. And I think you'll see them actually draft a guy later on in the rounds, kind of like what you saw with Pacheco. The second guy that I don't, or the third guy I don't see them bringing back is Samaj P. Ryan. And this is a guy that you saw the Chiefs bring in on third downs, and he's pretty good out of the backfield, catching passes, but again, really didn't get a lot of production from him. He might have had 1 or 2 nice catches on the season, but he also had some drops too as well. So Samaj P. Ryan definitely will not be back in a Chiefs uniform next year. Sky Moore, too, as well. He's a young wide receiver. He was a second round pick. Um, had some injuries. He also caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs have held on to him for some reason. There was talks about him being released last year, but they held on to him. He's only 25 years old, so it's really up in the air what they want to do with him. But he's coming into the last year of his rookie deal, so possibly they could hold on to him for some wide receiver depth. Second guy that, or the fifth guy that I see them not bringing back is Jody Fortson. And, he's been off the team, on the team. They bring him back. So possibly if there's an injury to a tight end or something like that, they bring Jody Fortson. But he's never really played a lot. You know, they tried to get him, worked him into the red zone in some packages, trying to get the ball to him. He's a bigger type of tight end, but still he's got trouble blocking. That's his the negative on him, and he really doesn't catch a lot of passes too as well. So I just don't think Jody Fortson will be back. The next guy is DJ Humphries, um, left tackle for the Arizona Cardinals, who got injured. Tore his ACL, was working back. The Chiefs signed him around week 13, week 14. And it was a disaster. He played one game and he wasn't great in that game, and then got injured after that, and the Chiefs had to slide Joe Tooney over to left tackle. So I don't think DJ Humphries will be back too as well. And the last one is Trey Smith, and this is all really depending on if Travis Kelce decides to retire or not. If he retires, then possibly they can bring Trey Smith back, but if he comes back and plays with the Chiefs, I don't think you sign Trey Smith. I think you go with the left tackle when you restructure all the deals. The Chiefs can free up about $25 million in cap space and the left tackle, Patrick Mahomes' blind side, is more important than the right guard at this time. Defense, Charles Omenihu, he was injured for most of the season, had a horrible penalty in the Super Bowl. Um, really wasn't productive at all. I mean, he had one or two sacks in the playoffs, but just really wasn't productive. And I just can't see the Chiefs bringing him back as well. Mike Dana, they brought him in on a 1 year deal. He wasn't productive. He had a better 2023 season. I want to say he had about 10 sacks that year, and this year he only had like 3 or 4. So Mike Dana will not be back in a Chiefs uniform. He was drafted by the Chiefs, played for Michigan, but I just don't think they'll bring him back. Nick Bolton, another starter that I don't see the Chiefs bringing back. I think you can draft a middle linebacker and throw him in there and get some production from him. Bolton was really good against the run, but he struggled in the pass. He struggled getting the running backs out in the flats. He really was a linebacker that was solid in the blitz, solid, when he was rushing those gaps, but when he had to draw back in pass protection, that's where he struggled. Justin Reed is the last guy on this list that I don't think the Chiefs will bring back. He had a solid. They signed him to a 3 year deal, and he played really well. But I just think this year was a decline in Justin Reed's performance, and the Chiefs definitely will be looking to go to another safety. I don't know if uh, they'll go to Brian Cook or just another option there, or they'll draft one. But I can't see Justin Reed coming back. He's just going to want too much money. But these are the releases. They're not releases, but they're just guys that I don't see the Chiefs re-signing next year and coming back to the team. Some of those guys had bad performances in the Super Bowl. A guy on that list was DeAndre Hopkins too as well. I had him marked down, but the Chiefs can actually bring him back for a cheap amount. So I think it would be in their best interest to bring DeAndre Hopkins back. But yeah, those are the guys just starting off here, making these videos on free agency, and want to give a shout out to these guys for putting their hard work in for the Chiefs, and maybe can get a job in the future. Wentz, Kareem Hunt, P. Ryan, Sky Moore, Fortson, Humphreys, Trey Smith, Omenihu, Dana, Bolton, Reed, all guys that have won Super Bowls for the Chiefs. I know Kareem Hunt and P. Ryan weren't here, and Humphreys too as well. But most of those guys have won Super Bowls for the Chiefs and really have helped this franchise out tremendously. So I want to say thank you to those guys, and good luck to you in the future. Thank you guys for watching.